I mean, Facebook's been around now for the general population for a number of years, so it's, in that instance, it's trying to figure out how it works for you. Now, when there's a new Twitter or a new, I don't even know what'll be next because it hasn't been invented yet, presumably. Yeah, we'll want to try it if it makes sense for us. I think with the web medium, there's a certain amount of experimentation that goes into what you're trying to produce. We found that Facebook is really good for talker kind of items, and Twitter's really good for breaking news kind of stuff. And presumably, the next thing that comes along will be really good for another segment of the content that we provide. So we'll try to do interaction there. I think that not having that structured kind of, you're going to learn A, B, and C, and it's going to work exactly this way, can be frustrating for the reporters who are already time-strapped or strapped for time. But at the same time, it's also exciting because you have an opportunity to be creative, so it's a double-edged sword, if you will. We've had a little bit of that in our morning shows. I think the morning show kind of lends itself to more of the, I don't want to call it gimmicky, I would say quirky. And for those examples, we've put things on Facebook because I think that that's more of a medium that people expect to comment on or find funny things. An example that comes to mind is John Hasbrook, our 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. co-anchor on Good Day, sang the news one morning. Well, while that doesn't necessarily make sense to put on a news site, on our Facebook fans loved it, So I think it depends on what the content is. We really try to be mindful of what people are going to want in certain different channels. I think, from a news perspective, you're still wanting to tell the most up-to-date, important information people need to know. But at the same time, you have such an ability to track user patterns that you can tailor it to what people are already finding popular. So, using that, here's an example. Mike Flannery came in a week ago Friday for the Good Day show, and he was stuck in Lollapalooza traffic. So he wrote his story on the back of a Macy's bill envelope, right? It looked like hieroglyphics. It's amazing the man could even sit in there and read his notes, scratched literally, and come up with a story. So I took that and I turned that into a story. Now, 5 years ago, would that have been a story? No way. But knowing that that's the kind of thing people are going to go, what? Then it was. So I think we're seeing more of that kind of, those talker kind of items, water cooler or otherwise, that you wouldn't have seen before. Because we know people like the quirky stuff. They're wasting their time while they're at work. Not always, but if I had a crystal ball, you and I would be set, right? But I don't, so I'm just gonna guess. But I think people are sick and tired of carrying around a million different devices. You've got your iPod, you've got your iPhone, you've got your, I've got a BlackBerry too, I've got my laptop, I've got my desktop, I've got my big screen TV, I've got, enough already, I'm sick of it all. I think that it's going to be one mobile device, whatever that may be, and then maybe you either plug that into your big TV, which is your computer at home, I don't know, but I think it's going to get smaller and it's going to get bigger. I don't think you're going to have this thing sitting on your desk anymore. I think you might have something sitting on your wall and then you have a little keyboard. I mean, who knows? I think they're already selling consumer models of that kind of thing now. So it's possible. But with 3D capabilities and stuff, it could end up being really cool. I don't know.